Hey everyone, this is VSG Steve with my week 27 post update. Um, this is actually an update from Christmas. It's now the 7th of January, but I'm actually doing a bit of a catch up video from Christmas Day until pretty much today. Did my weigh in earlier this week as I usually do on Mondays, and my weight on Monday was 104.8 kilos or 231 pounds, which means I've hit that big 50 kilo loss since I actually lost 50.7 kilos or 112 pounds or 39.2 kilos in surgery or 86.5 pounds, which means I actually lost a 1.4 kilo loss last week, and then the week before that was about a 1.2 kilos. I've actually had a couple of good weeks, or a 3.1 pounds or 2.6 pounds the week before. What's been happening with me? So I'll start from about Christmas Day, as I did a bit of a catch-up video last week from leading up to Christmas Day, because there was a lot of things going on. So a couple of days after Christmas, as I've been saying a lot, I've been doing lots of training, lots of swimming, lots of cycling and lots of running, so getting back into a bit of a triathlon, getting back into triathlons and things like that. On traditionally the second day of the Boxing Day test in Melbourne, the Boxing Day test is a pretty it's a traditional day of a big 5-day cricket match that actually happens starting on the day after Christmas. And day two, a group of me and mates always go, and a couple of mates I hadn't actually seen since about September, October. About September. So they were absolutely blown away with the change in myself. And what was actually interesting, because I thought, well, the day of the cricket is normally a big boozy kind of day, and I still hadn't been drinking by that stage, but I thought, look, it's just a bit of a tradition that we go away, a group of us go together, and we have a big day. And I decided to actually ride my bike into the ground. So that was a 25 kilometre ride in and a 25 kilometre ride back out. So it was a really good morning to ride. On the way home, it was a bit wet, but that was fine. And I actually had we actually scored some corporate tickets to a box that day. So it was an interesting day for food-wise for me, because it was kind of corporate food all day, which I struggled with a little bit, just because there was lots of carbs and lots of wheat and lots of those kind of things. So it was actually by the end of the day, I was a bit kind of heavy with a lot of the carbs. We had party pies, and I had a donut, which was the first donut I'd had in a little jam donut, which was about that big, which I hadn't had for pretty much since surgery. I also had my first beer since surgery that day, and I could only get about halfway through it and go, no, just can't do the taste. So it was an interesting kind of day. The other thing, but it was a great day. Since then, I've been doing lots of running, I've did an 11 kilometre run, getting up to about 1.8 kilometre swims, and doing lots of cycling. So, and I actually did for my I'd actually been speaking to one of the other dads from my son's school just before Christmas, and I was talking about triathlons and things like that, and I didn't realise he was training up for triathlons also at the same time. And I had this brainwave that I decided I was going to do a practice triathlon for my 6-month anniversary of my surgery, which fell on the 28th of June this year, last year now. So I decided we would my original plan was I was just going to do it by myself, and then Stu, the mate, decided, oh yeah, cool. I told him that, and he goes, oh, I'll do it with you. So we originally planned we were going to go down to the bay and actually do a swim in the bay, do a cycle round up and down Beach Road, Beach Road is famous for cycling in Melbourne, and then actually do a bit of a 5k run there. So it was going to be a 500 swim, 20k ride, and 5k run. On a couple of days before the ride, we'd had a plan. So there was a major thunderstorm in Melbourne, so there was lots of flooding and things like that. And it actually means that a lot of the junk on the streets in Melbourne gets swept out into the bay. So the water hasn't been great since. So we decided to just do our mini triathlon down at the local swimming pool. So we did. I did a 500 swim. He actually did a 800 swim. Then we did 22-kilometre ride, and then we did a 6-kilometre run. And it was actually quite interesting doing it with someone who he's done a couple of mini tries, but hadn't done any sprint events. And he, it was very interesting trying to do it with someone who's probably around the same sort of standard as I am at the moment. So my triathlons are never going to be fast, but it's just to compare, just to get out there and compete. So we did our race, or a practice race, and it was fantastic. It was great to get out there and do the activities. So leading from that, I actually decided that by late March I'm going to aim for an Olympic triathlon, so which is a 1.5 kilometre swim. It's going to be a 40-kilometre ride and do a 10k run. So that's where I was looking at. That's where my aim is, and it's actually interesting because it's Saturday night tonight, and tomorrow morning I'm going to be doing my first triathlon race in over 6 years. So it's going to be a 600 metre swim, 26-kilometre ride, and 5-kilometre run. So a little bit nervous about it, but I think I'll be fine. I'm just going to plod along and see how I go. So. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it tomorrow. So I'm sure I'll do an update in the next couple of days and tell you all how I go. I might even try and do one tomorrow night. The other thing that the other big thing that's happened over the last couple of weeks is my best mate had his 40th, and we had a bit of a family event. And my best mate's also got a daughter who had it was her birthday back in July, and it was literally 2 weeks after my surgery, and it was actually the first time I'd left the house in the 2 after my surgery. If you go back to my videos, I had a bit of a setback, or a bit of a fall, but it was the first time that I'd actually left the house, where I went to this family event and saw a lot of his family, his parents, his brother, his mother-in-laws, some other people. And then seeing them again 6 months later, and most of them couldn't recognise me. So which was pretty cool to actually do that and be at that event. So one thing I also wanted to acknowledge was my wife. My wife has been living on a bit of a low carb diet also, and she's actually gone on and lost 10 kilos while we've been. So it's been a bit of a change of routine for both of us, and it's been fantastic seeing her. And seeing what she's going to achieve, and really quite proud of what she's been able to achieve, and so yeah, really stoked for her. As I said to you, I'm going to try and do a video tomorrow night, but this week I'm actually going away with the family for 2 weeks. This week, starting from Monday, we're going down to Lakes Entrance, which is down on the coast, and this is our annual family trip. So I'm not sure if I'll get to do an update in the next couple of weeks. I might do one on my phone, and then I might load it back up when I get back back home so you might not see me for a couple of weeks, but that's all right. Look, that's about it. One other thing that I wanted to mention, give a shout out to, was with me doing triathlons. It's been a while. I've been trying to find a YouTuber who's been doing triathlons or done triathlons, and I've found a couple of people who've done a couple of sprint events. Anyway, I was lucky enough in the last couple of days to find Elle's journey to a healthy lifestyle. So Elle's an incredible woman. She's from Queensland, and she's gone on to, she's lost over 100 kilos since her surgery, and she's now gone on to competing in a number of sprint events. She's done an Olympic triathlon, and now she's leading up to an Ironman in I think it's a Cairns Ironman in about 5 months' time. So if you're looking for someone who really inspires, sees the really what great things can be achieved from this surgery, please have a look at her videos. She's amazing in what she's been able to do. So if Al ever watches these videos, I'm just blown away by what you've done. So, but anyway, that's about it from me. But I will speak to you. Hopefully, I might do, as I said to you, I might do a video tomorrow night just to talk to you about how I went in the triathlon. If not, I will see you in a couple of weeks. See you later, guys. Bye.